talk about a leftist YouTube streamer whose content I happen to enjoy over the years, but I knew about him during the time I was looking at a video he made about Memeology 101, and ever since then, I was hooked. His name is Xanderhal, also known as Xanderhal. I wanted to give my reaction and thoughts to the situation that Demon Mama shouldn't have brought it up 8 months later. And in addition to that, I will call out the person who has been playing a brigade to take down another leftist content for simply talking about how poorly Demon Mama handled this by withholding the information she knew about. Oh my god, it's public! Xanderhal owes Cherry thousands of dollars because he refused to pay her when she quit after he abused her. I didn't know that quite means quiet now. Very, very interesting. Remember when we all rallied around San for being a victim of financial abuse from his ex, only for him to go right around and commit wage theft? On a serious note, it may somewhat look bad that Xanderhal is refusing to pay Cherry by abusing her, but how is he abusing her when San himself said that he's not financially stable to make money? And I don't know really that Alexander is committing wage theft, because I feel like there's not enough evidence against San that constitutes wage theft. Cherry and I may have a falling out and have our own differences, but no one deserves to deal with what San put her through. And regardless of how things ended with the two of them, if he owed her money for work she did for him, he needs to pay her what he owes. You don't get to profit off someone else's hard work and not pay them what you owe them. No excuses. It's unacceptable. I would agree to some extent if Xanderhal really did have all the money in the world and he didn't pay Cherry because of it, then yeah, that'll be an irresponsible thing for Xanderhal to do, which is to withhold Cherry's money. But I don't know if he actually is, because he's the only one who knows what happened, and only he can say what happened. Meanwhile, this Twitter user said that Xanderhal posted proof that he did pay Cherry after they left his employment. So take with that information of what you will by looking at this, but this proof does seem promising. This person, though, said he himself admitted that he didn't pay her on stream, and also this doesn't reflect the amount she should have been paid for the time she did work. Yeah, here it is, said that he didn't pay her for a month and a half at a rate of $1,500 per month. That's $2,250 total owned. He has paid $500. That means he owes her a total of $1,750 that he has not paid. Wage theft isn't very leftist, in my opinion. First of all, he didn't technically say or technically admitted that he didn't pay Cherry a dime. He said, and I quote, "We have not made enough money. I cannot change that." There's nothing here in your claim that actually proves he legitimately said something that he didn't pay Cherry. You are only saying something that he didn't definitively say himself. Xanderhal has always been a dumbass, by the way. To some extent, yes, but not really. However, in one of his videos, he was talking about the protesters protesting in college, and Fox 11 News, a Fox-owned and operated local TV news station, was there trying to interview the protesters who were there, and these protesters were walking away cowardly from the reporter who came to ask a question. And Xanderhal said in that video, they see the Fox on your microphone. The second they see the big FOX and then the 11 on the microphone, all they could see is the FOX, and then they know they're not talking to your ass. And this was after he said, "I imagine the framing of this is going to be god-awful from Fox News." So I don't think Xanderhal is always a dumbass, but he is in fact very unknowledgeable by not knowing a local station's history, which is why he keeps disingenuously calling Fox 11 Fox News, and it disappoints me how he keeps framing it that way. But I feel that at least 90% or 50% of the time, Xanderhal is not stupid when it comes to him talking about the other issues that he cares about. Okay, so here's what Demon Mama said. "We tried to take the high road with Xanderhal TV. Today he explicitly lied about the abuse he knows happened in December. Here are the receipts of him berating and threatening his own friend and editor Cherry." Then she says, can you read receipts of him berating, blaming, attacking his own friend and employee? More coming soon. Keep eyes here too. Then she says, Xanderhal threatening to kill Keffels and her followers during a deranged, abusive mental breakdown from December, while his editor begs him to stop. Xanderhal is a fucking psycho. What the actual fuck? Now, I don't deny that some things that he'd said were out of line, but the notion that Demon Mama released the screenshots now only to cancel Floridian leftist YouTuber from what happened 8 months ago, to me, is fucking psycho. The Xanderhal stuff is disappointing. New info has come out, and it's way worse than I could have ever imagined. Jesus Christ. Deranged Twitter users, in my opinion, always want to bring up the new info about somebody that they hate so much, just because they go and start drama against someone for no reason. What is it with political content creators always crashing out and going on rants like this? I don't know. Why do people on the internet want to be a cancel culture seeker? Because canceling somebody for what happened back then is wrong, is it not? In retrospect, it was a huge red flag when Xanderhal had that whole meltdown about people using ad blockers on YouTube. Such a weird hill to die on. Yeah, as someone who has watched his based content, it isn't that based when you disrespect people for having ad blockers turned on. And as someone who uses ad blockers, I always prefer sometimes to use an ad blocker which depends on how I feel about ads. Imagine having a 20-minute piss baby meltdown claiming that lives are in danger because you couldn't hijack someone else's stream to make it about you. Wait, did that happen during the cooked stream or somewhere else? A deeply self-important streamer tried to insert himself into DM's stream to make it about him and cried for 10 minutes about me because I wouldn't unban him to let him ask. I, for one, am against people hijacking. It is wrong and seriously stupid. Xanderhal's editor, Ethan, has now privated the stream in which San was recorded coaching Ethan how to lie and misrepresent the receipts that we released today. That stream also featured Xanderhal live workshopping a pivot from his previous admissions on stream, Con 4K. You know what? I'm starting to rethink about my life because of how people keep saying Con 4K as if it's really a way to justify a means of what Xanderhal is accused of. Also, what lie and misrepresent did Xanderhal really do when you claim that Xanderhal was coaching Ethan, when in reality it looks like he was just telling him how to defend yourself or defend someone when it comes to, let's say, false allegations? I wouldn't consider defending from false allegations to be a lie and a misrepresent of what occurred during that time. Ethan claims this is proof that Xanderhal paid Cherry after she stopped working with him. In actuality, it proves the opposite. Cherry's agreed salary was $1,500 a month. They agreed she would be paid for half of December. This shows her being paid $500 of the $2,250 she is owed. I mean, if that is the case, then sure, Cherry should have been paid $2,250. Yeah, I'm thinking San's career is over after this. Why? Because of his alleged abuse towards Cherry from 8 months ago, where the DMs should have been released then? I love how San's first move is to threaten Cherry, live out in private shit surrounding the Keffel situation. That's what abusers do, Xanderhal. FYI.
Any idea why DM is scheduling a nuke stream or what she's going live with? I'm going to guess that, like, DM... Well, obviously, it's just going to continue going, because I refuse to give them, like, the bait response that they want. So it's probably just going to be, Cherry is really mad at me because I am going against Demon Mama, and Demon Mama hates me now. They scrubbed all of our DMs, or their DMs with me, so what they're probably going to do is use that to hide the shit that they've done, which I could out if, like, Demon Mama's going to be that petty. The shit that, like, Cherry doesn't want people to know pertaining to the Keffel stuff and what happened to me during all that.
To be fair to Xanderhal, those Discord DMs have been outed by Demon Mama. So during the Xanderhal Cope stream, his editor accidentally flashed an impartial censored version of this screenshot on stream. Notice how it says KF doesn't have this info? I can confirm that now they do. Xanderhal accidentally doxed someone. Kiwi Farm should have been shut down a long time ago. I blame the Kiwi Farm's founder for making the internet a totally racist and homophobic place. But I can also blame the leftists for bringing up this nothingburger drama from 8 months ago. Back to the spotlight. It turns out Xanderhal went on stream complaining about how my clip that Demon Mama shared took him out of context. This is a total lie. I showed the entire video where he says a small part of him wants Trump to win, and him backtracking, and him repeating himself. To be fair to Xanderhal, if Kamala Harris wasn't the immediate pick to run for president, that would be a different story. Plus, the Democrat Party would have taken them at least a month to pick a new candidate to run for president. And if that were to happen, the Democrats would have lost in November. So please, don't blame Xanderhal for thinking this. I am sure he has every right to be worried, just as much as you do, about losing to Trump. What Xanderhal did to Cherry here is fundamentally disqualifying for any leftist. You don't get to stand on a soapbox and preach about progress if you're a greedy ghoul in private who leeches off the labor of your closest friends. Xan is a fake. He's no ally of mine. Fuck him. Maybe so, but I believe that some people who can't really just instantly pay someone right away, especially if it's been 2, 3, 4 months in, because they are facing serious debt, then you gotta be very patient with them, because there's nothing that they could have done differently right now. Xanderhal really fell off LMAO. Man's desperate for relevance. I firmly disagree with the characterization that Xanderhal is desperate for relevance. If anything, you are just projecting your feelings, because Xanderhal is actually doing great. What the actual fuck? Xanderhal can't take care of himself and his editor took care of his personal finances? What? LMFAO?
I've talked to Cherry and have permission to talk about this. Xanderhal repeatedly exploded on Cherry, threatened Cherry, berated Cherry in both voice and chat. It was weeks of Xan just absolutely blowing up, completely unhinged, screaming at Cherry, who, by the way, let me just for the record, Cherry was doing almost all of the work for Xan's channel. Cherry did nearly everything. All of the editing, thumbnailing, stream prep. Xan just turned on the camera and did what was given to him. And also, keep in mind that Cherry would also take care of huge parts of things in his life. Cherry helped facilitate the move. Cherry helped facilitate all of his life finances. Cherry helped facilitate basically everything. Cherry was a best friend and the heart and soul of Xanderhal's channel, and he treated her like fucking shit. And I know that some people out there have their own conflicts with Cherry, but I need you to just put that aside for a second and recognize that between Cherry and Xan, what happened was fucking wrong. It was disgusting, and I told him that at the time, and he threatened to burn me over it.
I don't deny that Cherry Bread TV did everything for Xanderhal, but I think it's a little bit sketchy that she hasn't come up with her side of the story, and at this point is only asking her closest friends to do it for her. And Cherry Bread TV is an adult, right? So she has the ability to stand up to Xanderhal instead of just having some people to back up her story for her. Just to be 100% honest, this Xanderhal meltdown isn't as bad as couples searching for and sharing doxes and running away with 100k and spending it on equipment and everything except a lawsuit. It's bad, but Xanderhal showed he did pick Cherry, and if Cherry didn't want all the work of doing everything for Xanderhal, she should have left well before the I don't want the Kevil's leaks to go out. Cherry obviously thought the money was worth it, no? but also Keffels was doxing people. So far, the only thing I've seen is a man-child who was also a really demanding and shitty person to work for. But again, could have quit a long time ago. Honestly, if I was paying an accountant and they made a mistake that caused some random to get all my money, I'd freak out too. Probably worse. I mean, we aren't talking about a measly $360 either. And define very, very shortly, because the issue shouldn't have happened at all. If you are filing tax forms on behalf of your boss, it's your responsibility to double check everything prior to sending them off.
Just know that for the near future, these are Zan's words, okay? Xanderhal says on November 27th, 2023 at 7:21 p.m. Okay, so I think that I'm fucked. Still no money and it does not show as pending in my bank account. The number was wrong, confirmed. The 4K went to some rando. It has to be stopped. Cherry, ASAP, emergency, fuck, homeless. I am now homeless, Cherry. Why? Answer now, please. I'm gonna be homeless. Cherry. V. I've never been paid by PV before, according to all my bank info. Not ever before. Cherry, answer now. I will be homeless starting tomorrow. Cherry. Okay, we're buying my ticket back to California now. Thank you for completely ghosting me tonight. I'll never forget it. Never. The only way for me to save me is for PV to pay me everything they owe me. I've never received a single payment, not one. I am fucked. Cherry, answer now. Cherry, you have fucking killed me. Why? Please just answer. Please. Answer now. I have messaged Brianna myself. When you are back online, we need to have a conversation about your future employment. If I am saved, it will be no thanks to you. I am fucked. It is your fault for not making sure they paid me. You swapped the fucking numbers and they weren't able to pay me because of that. Here's the email that shows that there was a slight typo. By the way, just for context, that issue was resolved very, very shortly. But let's continue. Not that the 4K is on its way to some fucking guy now. I am waiting. I want you to know, this is all of these occurred within approximately 40 minutes, okay? This is now 8:09. I want you to...
Okay. Why was it an issue then in the first place? Does anyone know why Cherry Red had access to Xanderhal TV's W9? Was Cherry the one who had it? I don't know, but it would have been more helpful if Cherry Red TV came out with her side of the story earlier this year. And don't get me started on the shoes fans sent death threats and call me a pedo defender-ish. It could have easily just been people who don't even watch her but saw everything go down on Twitter. Is everyone who send Keffels death threats Xanderhal and Demon Mama fans? Of course not. The people who don't even watch her are likely just right-winger Twitter users or normie Twitter users who mostly like kiwi farms. An extreme white supremacist form. Wait, so Zan offered to pay for the work, but Cherry said no worries, whenever you can, take your time, basically, and then blocked him and now wants the money?
Mind you, there's definitely a couple months from when Cherry first started working for me that I insisted I owe Cherry for. And Cherry's always been like, no, it's okay, get to it when you want, I'm like, listen, I'm paying you back for that. But that was literally agreed to. Like, there's nothing scandalous here. I'll still pay Cherry back if they want to, like, unblock me and be like, hey, can you, like, send me $200 for something? I don't know. I can chip away. At it. They're doing the same.
All right, we're gonna take a moment now. You all heard that, right? Okay, you heard him. This is how he characterized it all. Now, of course, we know the truth. But that's what he looks. He thinks he's the hero here. He admits he hasn't paid Cherry yet. Yeah, he admits he hasn't paid Cherry yet. Yeah, it's interesting. Right? Fascinating, right? He owes his employee fucking money. And it's not the first time he hasn't paid Cherry money also, because we saw the clips, the evidence of him admitting that he didn't pay in fucking November either. Yeah, it's been 7 months. What do you mean chip away? Notice how he was like, I was happy to just let it be. Of course you were happy to let it be. You owed money to somebody. You fucking abused somebody. Of course you were okay to let it be. We were the ones who took the high road, you fuck.
But why did Cherry Red TV block Xanderhal? Because no, he didn't characterize anything. Why must you blame him for acting like a hero when Cherry blocked him? And why try so hard to act like a hero by twisting his words, by saying he admits he hasn't paid Cherry when these are your own words, Demon Mama? And so what I'm getting here is that you took the high road to hide like a coward with the information you kept for 8 months. Really interesting. So Zan can pay Cherry because he still has her Discord. It was for a month and a half, November and December. But Xanderhal showed he sent 100 in December, 300 in January, and 100 in March. That's 500. How much more did he owe? If Cherry Red TV didn't block Zan, then she would have been paid more by now. Xanderhal emotionally abusing his editor for not getting him a form so he could verify his taxes and berating her for being asleep while he messaged her and still didn't pay her for the work she did for him for at least 2 months is extremely fucked. Zan, get help, bro. Xanderhal is a nightmare to work with. A complete dick to his friends and throws adult temper tantrums where he threatens to kill people. I could be missing something, but he'd had to do something especially egregious to top these two demons. I'm not touching the drama between Xanderhal and Demon Mama. I don't have any love for either of them, and I don't see any good guy here. Zan acts like a man-child. DM puts on performative, insincere outrage. Both of these people are drama mongers that only care about farming content. Look, you guys. To say that Alexander is throwing a temper tantrum and he acts like a man-child is completely far-fetched. who ironically gives a fuck about Xanderhal or Keffels. The only people that care are the ones that want to see Xanderhal's downfall. That's who cares. Thankfully, I'm not one of them. Xanderhal refusing to pay for services? The most progressive thing I've seen. Stealing because you're poor and justifying abuse. Once again, another tweet that is projecting their feelings. By the way, Sunday, who is finger wagging at everyone because he's so deeply concerned about the Xanderhal situation, was saying this in the same stream.
This is way worse. Oh god, we are going to make so much money this year just off of Xanderhal. He's a golden bucket now. He is a golden bucket now.
Now, I know that some people, including myself, don't like President Sunday, given the fact that he made videos about Xanderhal in the past. But this is what PS said in the full context, since GayFesh loves to cut clips out of context.
Xanderhal is worse than DJ Mule now. DJ Mule made a shitty hit piece that went after his personal life in a really untoward way, okay? Xanderhal declared his intentions to murder a fellow streamer over the protests of the person he's talking to, which means the person he's talking to, Cherry, did not interpret this as a joke. This is way worse. Oh god, we are going to make so much money this year just off of Xanderhal. He's a golden bucket now. He is a golden bucket now.
But this is not the only thing GayFesh has done, because GayFesh has targeted Westside Tyler all because of this. I demand to know why Demon Monreal is permitting brigading in her server from members of her staff. If I'm wrong, she can come into a public Discord call with me and correct the record. But as per usual, Leaf streamers are attacking people's livelihoods behind the scenes. So you mean you want to falsely report Westside Tyler's video where he rightfully criticized you? Because that's a big no-no on YouTube's community guidelines. Since this screenshot is going around, yes, I was asking friends to report a VOD for threatening me with doxing and violence. Here's the section in question. I'll leave you to decide whether it's report worthy.
She's surrounded by sycophants. GayFesh, if you're watching this, fuck you personally. I fucking dare you to talk about me on the internet. I will know your first name by the end of the day. Don't you fucking dare. Be the coward you've always been. Crawl back into your shell. If you do so much as more than subtweet at me, I will fucking make a goddamn video ripping you inside the fuck out until you can't fucking hide anymore, okay? Know your place, bitch. You're a fucking parasite, bottom-feeding, toe-sucking rat fuck. You stay that way. If I find your name in my mouth, I'll make sure that you can't use your jaw anymore, you piece of shit.
Apparently, he cut out the part where he trent my jaw, but he still left the part of the VOD where he trends to talk to me. I mean, the fact that he deleted in the first place proves he knows he did something TOS worthy, fully justifying my report. And here you are lying to people saying that you don't even know who this one is. You know well in fact who Westside Tyler is, because if you didn't, then you wouldn't actually be going onto his channel and clipping a video of his stream to tweet about this. This is the guy moralizing to us about how mean we're being to San. This guy, the guy who is rejoicing he gets to make cash off someone else's abuse story. Okay. To be fair, you are just as bad as President Sunday is for wanting to not only profit off of it, but to only gain clout by getting the likes and the retweets on Twitter to make Xanderhal look bad for no reason by bringing up old drama that happened 8 months ago. Xanderhal continues to claim that he posted proof that he has paid Cherry. As I showed below, he has only paid her $500 of the $2,250 he owes her for November and half of December. This directly contradicts him, admitting he has yet to pay Cherry. He can't keep his story straight. I don't know why you people keep continuing to put words in Xanderhal's mouth on what he didn't say, just to push a narrative. All in all, Demon Mama shouldn't have kept this information 8 months later and should have called out Xanderhal before 2024 began. And Xanderhal should have made a smarter decision 5 years ago to connect his PayPal account to his bank account or use his Google AdSense to connect to his bank. And for God's sakes, Cherry Bread TV should have left Xanderhal much earlier, instead of only leaving him when he and Couples had a falling out. Also, unblock him, Cherry, and next time defend yourself. And don't delete the messages you had with San, because it only makes you untrustworthy.